We've been watching the latest road conditions this morning as snow continues to come down over south central Wisconsin. We'll tell you what you need to know and when we could see more.
And 12 months on guard, the Wisconsin National Guard reflecting on a year like no other.
Plus, almost half of all black-owned businesses are expected to close thanks to the pandemic. How one local store is trying to stay afloat.
This is News 3 Now this morning.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Leah Lynchide.
And I'm Chris Stanford. I just got my hands on the Hot Off the Presses Madison magazine for this month.
Oh, yeah. Taking some time to read on the desk, huh?
And check this out. If I can get the page to turn. Look, we have an article on Chris Reese.
Oh, hey there, buddy.
Right inside, 3 pages of Chris Reese inside this month's Madison magazine.
Give the people what they want.
That's good stuff, Chris. Give us a little preview of what's in here.
Yeah, thank you. I'm a first-time home buyer in 2020 was a good year for me. First-time home buyer. So it's an article about being a first-time home buyer, some of what you can expect and things like that. It's a good read. I was a little bit of a shameless plug there, but I enjoyed reading that. It was exciting to see. They did a real good job on the pictures inside of Reach Manor. So it was nice. A snowy day that day when they came to take the pictures as well. And it's a snowy day this morning as we are watching what's impacting your commute if you are getting ready to head out the door. I've been watching radar all morning. It's still snowing in Madison, but a lot of that's just not showing up on the radar. The heavier snow is further towards the east, but in and around Dane County, you are still seeing those fine snowflakes. You work your way towards Watertown, Lake Mills, Fort Atkinson. The heaviest snow now starting to move a little bit further towards the east. I say heavy when it's still very light snow, but still the steadiest of the snow is starting to move a little bit further towards the east, but we are still seeing the snowflakes come down. This will continue to push through the Milwaukee metro as we go towards about 8, 9 o'clock or so. Now back towards the west, we're still watching the snowflakes that are developing towards the east of the Rockies this morning. That comes our next snowmaker as we move into tonight and into your Saturday. It's still a little bit hazy on our tower camera looking out towards the lights out there. So we still have those fine snowflakes outside. In fact, after this weather hit, what I'll do is I'll step out on the patio just to see if the snowflakes are still coming down. But at the airport, they are. Our temperatures dropped to 1 degree below zero. Our wind chill still at 14 below zero. And speaking of the wind chills, we do have wind chill advisories. You know, Adams County, you work your way towards Crawford, Richland County, and Grant County, you're under that winter or wind chill advisory rather until noon today. And the wind chills are definitely chilly. 18 below in Lone Rock, 26 below as you work your way over towards Viroqua, 14 below in Madison right now. Temperatures are below zero where the snow has moved out. The clouds have begun to thin. We're still above zero where the clouds are just a little thicker and that snow continues. But you see our next snowmaker, it will not be long before more clouds move in. This is now 5:30 overnight tonight into tomorrow. Again, another steady light snow will be falling over southern Wisconsin. And it is very possible that we see another light snow as we start to move into your Tuesday morning. It's a busy week in the world of weather, but the core of the cold, it still moves on top of us this weekend. It begins to moderate as it does so when we begin to move towards next week. That is the good news. But here we are, hour by hour. Temperatures warm up to about 4 to 5 degrees for your high today. This is now 1 o'clock in the morning. You see our light snow coming through. This stays with us until we move into tomorrow afternoon before actually winding down. In terms of amounts, think 1 to 3 inches. Not a big deal again, but expect what we've seen today, maybe just a little bit more. We'll keep another snow chance in for Tuesday, but check out your low Sunday night going into Monday. That's down at 16 below zero. Wind chills could be as cold as negative 40 on Monday morning. Same with Sunday morning, but by next Sunday, temperatures return to the low 30s. We will certainly love it by the time it gets here because it's going to feel like a heat wave. The accidents on the Beltline earlier this morning, they have been cleared. We're still seeing some areas in the yellow. Just take it easy. When temperatures are below 18 degrees, it's too cold for us all to work, and we've been below 18 degrees for a long time here in southern Wisconsin. A lot of yellow showing up on the map throughout Dane County and southern Wisconsin. We will watch things closely and let you know what you need to know as we go throughout the hour.
Chris Reese, thank you very much. Plow crews in Madison have been up all night doing what they can to keep the streets clear, but that doesn't include salt. That's because it doesn't work when temperatures drop this low. Instead, they'll be using sand wherever needed. Sand, of course, doesn't melt snow either, but it can add traction on those icy streets. Speaking of icy streets, we are on our way to some breaking news this morning. Our photojournalist Chris Hawbaker giving us a live look at the conditions out on the interstate right now. He's headed to a semi-crash on I-39 outside Portage. 2 semis crashed there. The eastbound lanes are still blocked right now. We're keeping an eye on it. We'll get you more information on that crash as it comes in. But 511 Wisconsin has most highways in our area listed as ice or snow covered. So before you head out today, be sure to keep an eye on our First Warn weather app. That's going to keep you updated on the forecast and road conditions throughout the morning.
Yeah, road conditions have really been a problem all night. Take a look at this new video. A crash overnight here just outside of Stoughton on I-39. A car carrier flipped over, blocking 2 lanes with some of the cars it was carrying, adding to all this blockage. No one was hurt, and all those lanes are back open this morning. 6:05 right now. When duty calls, the Wisconsin National Guard answers. Those calls have been quite demanding and frequent, though, over the past year.
Taking them away from their civilian jobs, education, and families, and bringing them to the front lines of not only the pandemic, but to elections, protests, and more unrest. Madeline O'Neill takes a look back at the past 12 months and what's still to come.
We have asked a lot of our force, and that's no surprise, that's no secret.
Lieutenant Colonel Matt McDonald's 20 years with the Wisconsin National Guard have been filled with these snapshots of missions close to home and abroad.
We are a flexible, agile force.
This year,
I think the buzzword we're all accustomed to is unprecedented.
This past year was very different.
After 2 decades with the Guard, Major Greta Weiskopf didn't expect planning a pandemic response to be in the picture either.
A unique part of this operation is to see everybody stepping into a new role and coming together to work in this capacity.
That means helping with COVID-19 testing across the state.
That on-the-go lifestyle for 8 months is difficult.
And now mobile teams helping with the logistics of vaccinating.
The COVID-19 response alone is the single largest sustained domestic mobilization in Wisconsin National Guard history.
That's just one piece of a year that kept piling on.
Then you add in that we've mobilized more than 5,000 troops for civil unrest response.
Then another 4,000 troops for election support, on top of those stationed overseas.
It's definitely been a heavy year.
The Guard soldiers and airmen have done the heavy lifting, building up to a mission to Washington, D.C. for President Joe Biden's inauguration.
It's an adrenaline shot, I can tell you that.
McDonald led 570 troops as the Joint Task Force Wisconsin commander to the country's capital.
You know, we were prepared for a worst-case scenario and maybe a replay of the events of 6 January.
He says their readiness put them front and center at the building's perimeter, where they could catch glimpses of the official proceedings.
I'm incredibly proud to be part of this organization at a pivotal time in our nation's history.
It's pretty incredible what they've been able to accomplish, truly.
After stepping up,
You take the information as it comes and you process it.
they can step back.
And think about it in a big picture standpoint. That's when you really understand how much varied response we've had over the last year.
That big picture couldn't have been predicted or possible without everyone who made up the smaller pieces.
And bring together that incredible diverse skill set and backgrounds and experiences. And this is what citizen soldiers and airmen sign up to do.
Now, the Guard says while it's been a tough year, they do offer resources like chaplains to frequently check in with service members, and they can come off mission if need be. But everyone is hopeful for a calmer and more normal next 12 months.
6:08 right now. Nearly 180 Walgreens across Wisconsin will be administering vaccines soon. Some may start as soon as today. It's part of a federal program with the goal of accelerating vaccination efforts in underserved communities. Nearly 180,000 doses will be going to Wisconsin Walgreens. That's on top of the weekly doses provided to the state from the federal government. Each store will get about 100 doses. They'll be given by appointment only and only to those who currently fall into Wisconsin's vaccine eligibility groups. According to our partners at the Janesville Gazette, there are 5 participating Walgreens in Rock County. Those addresses are on your screen. 2 locations in Janesville, 3 in Beloit. Eventually, Walgreens will set up a call center to help people set up vaccinations, but for now, you have to register to get your shot online. We have a link you can find on where to do that on our website, channel3000.com. Madison teachers say they feel left behind as MMSD prepares to reopen schools. Starting March 9th, the district plans to start bringing students back and staff to the classroom. I talked with Ed Zlowski with MTI, Madison Teachers, Inc., yesterday, and he told me that they've been working with the district, but they were caught off guard by this week's announcement. As for discussions with the district, he says there's still a lot of concern among teachers and that they, quote, continue to raise the fact that we're in a pandemic and schools are not set up to prevent infection. MTI also says there have been no opportunities to discuss hazard pay for teachers coming back. That was something in their list of expectations if teachers were to return, as well as voluntary return for their teachers. We reached out to MMSD for comment. We have not heard back. Superintendent Dr. Carlton Jenkins, though, said earlier in the week that MTI was consulted on the decision to return.
Right now, studies show 40% of Black-owned businesses will close during the pandemic. That's compared to 13% of other businesses. Taylor Lazenby joins us with a local business that could use your support. Good morning, Taylor.
Good morning, Leah. That's right. Nearly half of Black small businesses have been wiped out by the pandemic, according to business reports. Now, we spoke with one local business that's beating those odds.
Well, I wanted to do something different and get out here in the community and open up my own business.
Nestled in a small shopping complex off of Verona Road sits Madison City Dollar.
Starting a business from the ground up and having a little bit more different product than the Family Dollar and other dollar stores.
This family-owned dollar store serves families in the area with affordable goods on items that once weren't possible due to being in a food desert location.
To support each other and help the communities grow in the Black community, so that's more important.
From first opening the store back in 2017 to now, Clytus wanted to turn his life around after spending a few years behind bars.
Well, because my past, and I want to show people that if I could do it, that they can do it.
Clytus isn't alone in his struggle. 40% of Black-owned businesses will close during the pandemic compared to 13 of other businesses, according to data by Harvard Business Journal. As one of the few Black businesses owned in Madison, Clytus's goal is to help his community. Although he says he hasn't received the support he hoped from his peers.
I haven't got the support that I need from the Black community since I've been here. I get a lot, but not as much as I thought I would.
With pandemic hardships, Clytus says he is thankful for the ability to stay open and excited to see how the business grows.
Well, coming up in the next half hour, we hear from Madison City Dollar staff on the local impacts the store has provided.
All right, thanks, Taylor. Coming up, we're checking back in with Chris Reese after the break on your morning commute conditions.
And we're live in the 608 this morning talking about Valentine's Day flowers. And we're going to be making some bouquets and show you how you can shop local this weekend. Stay with us.
Experience handcrafted and hand-finished furniture by genuine Amish craftsmen at Wanakee Furniture ETC, featuring hardwood made in the USA home furnishings by Simply Amish and other great brands you can trust.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
For the pets you love, well, you gotta get down to Mouse Pet Food Warehouse, where your toddler goes to help so many pets in town. Mouse Pet Food Warehouse, we raise money for farm animals in need. Shelter cats and police canines too. Mouse Pet Food Warehouse powers them all. And don't forget your free Mounds candy bar.
We drive everywhere to help our son reach his dream of becoming an elite swimmer. So we enrolled in the Know Your Drive program with American Family Insurance. It gives us discounts for safe driving and other benefits like emergency roadside service, which comes in handy no matter where his dreams take him. With Know Your Drive, save up to 20% and get closer to your dreams. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
Is your credit score getting in the way of things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit help you borrow up to $10,000. So check your eligibility on netcredit.com today without affecting your credit score. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
Shop the President's Day sale at Grand Appliance for up to $850 in extra savings on LG. The brand ranked #1 in consumer satisfaction 2 years in a row. Get outstanding deals like this 4.5 cubic foot front load washer for just $748, or this 22 cubic foot French door refrigerator for just $1248. Shop your local Grand showroom or grandappliance.com for these deals and more. Grand Appliance, experts since 1930.
I love to equal the playing field. I love to help people and allow them to feel like they are powerful instead of powerless. We're with our clients every step of the way.
Gingras, Thompson, and Walks.
You thought you were the only ones who'd go someplace just because you liked the name of the town. The only ones who didn't just want to see the world, but needed to explore every corner of it. You thought you were the only ones until you discovered others just like you. Jeep Cherokee, there's only one.
Right now, get 0% financing for 84 months or $4,750 total cash allowance on select 2021 Jeep Cherokee models. Hurry to the Jeep President's Day event today.
Let the design team at Wanakee Furniture ETC help you find your inspiration and transform your room. Every style, every budget, our creativity, passion, and expertise will help you design your dream space.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
We've been watching a lot of those area road conditions this morning. Here's what we're seeing. This is courtesy of the Department of Transportation. Now, we have seen a slight improvement in the roads, especially Highway 14 and 151. They went from travel not advised to simply snow covered. Now, in this blue, this is the belt line going up towards Baraboo. This is where you have slick spots. They've been working real hard all morning to get that cleared. But still, we have some slick spots there. Then all of your interstates are still snow and ice covered as of now. Of course, we have that crew going up to the accident that we have in Portage early this morning. So still, there's been a lot of issues, even though the snow is very light. We like to look at the Edgewater sky camera when snow is coming down. It gives us a good handle on what visibility may be. And as we've gone through the morning, our Capitol Rotunda has become clearer and clearer. So that means the snow is starting to wind down. Things are moving out, and conditions are actually getting better. Our visibility now up to 4 miles. Still 2-mile visibility in Waukesha, but in Janesville, it's getting better too. Visibility is 10 miles there. Also just got a report on Twitter. Roads between Janesville and Madison are in horrible shape. So if you drive that route, take it from someone who was just on them. They said, please, if you could stay home, avoid that. We are clearing out back towards the west as well. But here's radar where you see most of that snow is starting to move on out. Things are quiet for most of the eastern part of the country, but our next snow chance, it's gaining steam right now, and that's going to be moving in as we move into tonight and early tomorrow. In fact, watch how those snow chances really begin to increase as we move into the early morning hours into Saturday. This is only one of a couple of snow chances as we go through the next few days.
All right, Chris Reese, thank you much. So, Leah, you know what day it is?
What day is it,
What's the
Chris?
date today?
It's February 12th.
I really do.
Correct. That means Valentine's Day is 2 days away now.
All right. So if you haven't picked anything out for your partner yet, Zach, I know you're up. What did you get me? Josh Bridle will help you out. What do you got for Zach this morning, Josh?
Hey guys, good morning. We've already got 2 nice little bouquets going here. You can see we've even got the Badger one going. We made that one last half hour. So there are plenty of options for all of you last minute folks out there. You still got a couple of days left. We're here at Rose Cottage in DeForest this morning. We've got owner Romney Pullen with us, and you've got your location here, but you're also on Madison's east side too.
Right, on Atwood Avenue.
So you've been in the community for almost, what, 3 decades now?
Yes.
Yeah, so you've been around here for a while. This is a big weekend for you guys.
It sure is. It's the biggest of the year. Valentine's Day is really crazy this year because we can't see each other, so we're really reaching out. Everybody is communicating with each other by way of flowers.
Yeah.
So we're very fortunate in this COVID time. I have to say I'm blessed to be so busy. But people just have to do everything humanly possible to reach out to their grandma, to their grandson, to a new mother, and flowers are an easy way to do it.
Yeah, we were just talking about that off camera that, you know, a lot of us want to share that love, and flowers might be the easiest way to do it this year. What are we going to be doing now? This is kind of a unique color you've got in front of here.
Right, this is a brand new rose called Blueberry. I've never seen it before, and I was going to use red because that's traditional, but everybody knows what a red rose looks like. But I thought I'd do a fun new way to do a dozen roses in this big Rowe pottery vase. This came from Rowe Pottery in Cambridge, and instead of a lot of greens, we're going to build an armitage with hydrangea. These are big enough that they'll support the roses. Always cut hydrangea at a really sharp angle because they're a woody stem.
And what's very nice, you mentioned from Cambridge, a lot of your stuff here in the store is local.
Right, we try as much as we can to reduce the carbon footprint and to buy locally and try to get us all through this COVID. And then now that you have this in here, we can just stuff the roses in there.
So about how many bouquets of flowers will you go through this weekend?
Well, we planned for 650 arrangements to be delivered and sold in the storefront. We're at 550 right now. So this morning I have to pull the trigger and make a decision. If we can make more than 650, then we have to get busy and go about the business of doing that.
All right, well, we're out of time for now, but we'll keep doing this. We'll show you guys the finished product here coming up in our next half hour. But I just love that color, guys.
Isn't that beautiful?
Something unique, something different. You mentioned, you know, the traditional red-colored rose, but this is a little special, something different. I think after the last year, different is maybe okay, right?
Right, absolutely. There isn't traditional anymore.
Well, yeah, we've got a few more. We'll finish the product and show you next half hour, guys. But there's another one for Zach, Leah, if he's still looking for some flowers.
You know what? Zach, forget Zach. Josh, you want to be my Valentine? Bring that home to me.
I will gladly be your Valentine, Leah. I'll bring that home for you.
We'll work husband action there.
Thanks, Josh. Hey, remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. You can either reach him on social media or you can email us in the 608 at WISC-TV.com for a chance to be featured.
Okay, 6:21 now. The stretch of alert days continues with an icy commute. Chris Reese is going to track the latest in the forecast, and we're going to continue to give you a live look at road conditions. That's coming up.
And in the next half hour, we'll get you caught up on the impeachment trial for former President Donald Trump.
This portion of News 3 Now is sponsored by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Cobison Buses, now hiring.
Working with Cobison, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. If you do need time off, they work around you. They definitely try to make it a company that's based for you.
Visit Cobison.com to apply.
President's Day means more savings at the Brothers Maine President's Day Super Sale. Get in right now for the sale of the season with more savings on more brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, and Amana. We've got a lot more satisfaction for you at Maine, like up to 18-month 0% financing and free delivery to make life a little easier. Hey, there's more home satisfaction at the Moore store. The President's Day Super Sale. More selection, more savings, and more satisfaction today at the Brothers Maine, your local store for more since 1938.
He has his grandfather's smile.
Her mother's eyes.
My cheekbones.
But will she have my diabetes?
My sickle cell anemia.
His father's heart disease.
Go to joinallofus.org to share your health information and speed up health research breakthroughs. The future of health begins with you.
Are you sick of the areas of your home being cold in the winter or hot in the summer? Your house is a complete system of components that need to work together, similar to the human body. Just like us, your home needs to breathe too. If we're letting our home breathe fresh air, we'll be healthier and regulate our temperature better. Wouldn't it be great if we could show you all the areas needing improvement in just minutes without tearing the house apart? That is what our thermal imaging does for you. It will show the temperature differences and areas of air exchange. Then you'll know what areas need to be improved. Just like going to the doctor, except these doctors do house calls. This will also help in preventing the entrance of harmful pollutants inside your house. You can now easily bring down the energy bills and have a durable and safe home environment with Fry Construction. Visit fryconstruction.com to schedule your free professional house call with a thermal imaging and insulation specialist.
Here they come. Bedroom pictures floating across your television.
If you think this commercial is making you tired, Rubens Furniture has achieved its goal. We want you to notice the next bedroom set you are going to buy. You're getting sleepy. Stay awake for a bit longer. Rubens Furniture has these beds on display and on sale. It's time to wake up in a beautiful bed. Stop into Rubens Furniture today for our annual bedroom sale. On now.
Cobeson Buses, now hiring.
After we backed that bus out of its stall and started driving, I just loved it. We really get a chance to get to know each other. Almost everyone has a different story about how they came to bus driving, so you really end up feeling like you're part of a family.
Visit Cobeson.com to apply.
Time to see who's sharing their morning with us. Liz sent us this picture, and it took a while for us to figure out what exactly was going on here.
It did.
So this is a heater in like a koi pond or like a goldfish pond, and you can see all the fish swarming around the heater.
We have a koi pond here at News 3, and we had all the fish named for former News 3 greats. I don't know if you folks would recognize the name Andy Choi. We had one named Andy Koi. Jessica Arp was Jessica Carp. But I don't know, to be honest, if they're still kicking. The fish, that is.
Somebody better check on the fish.
Chris
Looks
Reeves.
like I'll be going out to the patio in a bit.
Yeah,
do we have someone to send to check on the fish out there?
You know, typically they put a heater out there, but we've had so much snow since December that you can't get to the patio to check to see if there's a heater. Like our Christmas trees are all still up, our Christmas decorations. It's because that's how deep the snow is on the patio, so you can't get there at the moment. So our koi pond, it's over there somewhere, but maybe I'll see if I can't strap on some boots in a moment and go over there and see what we can figure out. We will check on them.
It is so funny to me that we still have our Christmas lights up. Like, we're that neighbor that doesn't ever take them down. It's going to be June, and we'll still have those puppies up.
As long as there's snow on the ground, those Christmas trees are going to be up. I can tell you that much. And we're watching more snow right now, but that's slowly starting to end. Still some light snow falling. That temperature is at 1 degree below zero in Madison. You're below zero towards the west. You are above zero towards the east. Wind chills are even colder. But coming up at 6:30, we're going to track the next snow and tell you when more snow is on the way.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
We're transforming our annual Toto's Gala into Dane County Humane Society's Centennial Celebration. We're bringing the animals, cocktails, and success stories right into your home. To reserve your place, visit giveshelter.org.
I thank Gruber Law Offices for being there for me and actually helping me get through that tough stage in my life.
How much of a difference they made in my life and how much they helped me. I can't even express it in words.
Gruber Law was with me, and I'm very thankful for all that they've done. I'm smiling.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, and I appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart.
If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Needed Relief Day Spa and Wellness is a place where you can relax, be pampered, and revitalize your life in a safe and tranquil environment. Our guests' safety and comfort is our top priority. Revitalize yourself at Needed Relief today and give the gift of wellness to those you love with a Needed Relief gift card, available now online. It's exactly what we all need. Needed Relief Day Spa and Wellness, Madison's world-class wellness spa.
I was picking the boys up after practice when they're like, can we get Quick Trip? Actually, that was my plan. What would Quick Trip's take-home meals being? As the Quick Trip lady says, freshly made and absolutely delicious. But opportunity knocked. I go, if you let Dad give you haircuts. And they say, deal. At Quick Trip, the boys are like spaghetti, chicken tenders, mac and cheese. After an easy dinner, it was time to pay the piper. Dad's like, who's next? A deal's a deal.
Quick Trip, we got you covered.
Maintenance fee, ATM fee. Can I hide in your fort?
Sure, but the fort fee is 10 cookies.
Need a place to hide from fees? With a BMO Harris Smart Advantage account, you can get cash with nearly as many fee-free ATMs in the U.S. as the 3 largest banks combined, and no monthly maintenance fee.
Huh, did you hear that? No monthly maintenance fee.
Fort fees are subject to the governing bodies of the fort.
She did not learn that from me.
When a bank helps you make real financial progress, that's the BMO effect. And right now, get a $200 bonus when you open a new BMO Harris Smart Advantage account.
At US Cellular, we believe everyone deserves 5G. So we're building our powerful 5G network for the millions of Americans who live outside of New York and LA, like teachers in Madison and small business owners in Rockford. That's why we've included 5G on all plans, no extra charge for everyone, whether you're working or playing. All US Cellular plans include 5G, no extra charge. Get the new Samsung Galaxy S21 5G free with no hidden requirements. US Cellular.
We're transforming our annual Toto's Gala into Dane County Humane Society's Centennial Celebration. We're bringing the animals, cocktails, and success stories right into your home. To reserve your place, visit giveshelter.org.
Snow continues to fall over south central Wisconsin this morning, and it's adding up to a couple of inches. Several slick spots are out there. We're telling you what you need to know.
And desperate for doses, the disconnect between state and local healthcare providers that could be causing scheduling issues for people hoping to get the vaccine.
This is News 3 Now this morning.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. It is cold and slick out there. We're about to show you some video of a crash that happened overnight on I-39 just outside of Stoughton that's going to remind you to take it slow today. State Patrol tells us a car carrier headed toward Madison slipped around 11:30 and tipped over. Cars just everywhere. You can see lots of law enforcement also responding here. A reminder, even though plows are working to clear the roads right now, they're not putting salt down because it's too cold for it to be effective. They are putting sand down instead to give you a little bit of traction. The interstate right there on I-39 is back open at this hour.
We still have a few flakes falling here in our area. Chris Reese, where are we at right now?
We are at 1.5 inches here at the station. I've been watching those snowfall reports as we've gone through the morning. I started with my own home, Reese Manor, earlier before I left. We were at 1.7 inches at about 3 o'clock this morning before making my way over towards the station. The airport just came in at 1.8, 1.5 at Reedsburg as well. Same for Sullivan. Milwaukee coming in at 1.6. So yesterday I told you to expect about a 1 to 2 inch snowfall. That is exactly what we have seen play out over parts of southern Wisconsin. Now, most of that snow, it's further towards the east right now. In and around Madison, there is still light snow coming down. It's not showing up on radar, but I was just out on the patio checking on the koi pond, and there's some fine snowflakes still coming down. Heavier snowflakes exist towards the northeastern part of Dane County. Sun Prairie, out towards Marshall, you're seeing your snowflakes. Watertown, Johnson Creek, Lake Mills towards Fort Atkinson and Whitewater, a steadier snow is coming down as well. But the heaviest of our light snow, that's going to be over towards the Milwaukee metro. It sticks around for them as we go through about 8 to 9 o'clock this morning before it begins to clear out for everyone. But back towards the north and west, folks, we are going to watch our next snowmaker start to move in. We've seen the snow starting to overspread parts of Nebraska as we've gone throughout the morning. That works its way towards the east tonight and into tomorrow. So what we've done this morning, we do all over again 24 hours from now, and I expect us to see a little bit more snow as we head out into tomorrow. Here's what we're watching from our tower camera right now. Still a little bit hazy in the lights. That's how we know the snow is still coming down, but it's also still coming down at the airport too. Our temperature is below zero, so this takes the myth that it's too cold to snow and really throws it into some water there, because we are below zero and snow is still coming down with that moisture in the atmosphere. Our wind chill down at 14 below zero. And speaking of the wind chills, back towards the north and west, we have wind chill advisories. Those are going to go through noon. On the backside of this, the winds are going to pick up, but temperatures are colder out in the west because they've been able to clear out just a little bit more. 25 below zero is the wind chill for Viroqua right now. 18 below zero as you work your way towards Lone Rock and Prairie du Chien, and that's where the actual air temperatures are below zero. Further towards the east, air temperatures are above zero. This is where the cloud cover is thicker, where the snow is a little bit steadier, but Madison, of course, has dropped below zero as we've gone through the last hour as well. But once that snow moves out, our next snow starts to move on in. Now we're at 5:30 tomorrow morning, so 23 hours from now, the expectation is that light snow will be coming down area-wide. That likely takes us into Saturday afternoon before all is said and done. And then I'm watching Tuesday. That's when our next snow chance may move our direction. Next week itself has multiple chances for systems to come our way. Here's why. The core of the cold that's kept our storm track well towards the south, that moves on top of us as we move into the weekend. But into next week, the core of that cold begins to subside and work its way towards the north and east. Notice how the jet stream and the overall storm track will begin to move a little bit more northward at that point, but temperatures, they will get warmer. After 0 for your high on Sunday and 16 below 0 for your low on Monday, we go to 31 by the time we get you towards next Sunday. But I do want to say one more thing about Monday. Monday with that low of 16 below 0, wind chills could be as cold as 40 below 0. So that is certainly going to be a time that you want to watch. Make sure that you're bundled up. We're also watching traffic this morning as people get moving. We're seeing a lot more yellow showing up on that belt line. Take it slow. It is too cold for salt to work. Once the temperature drops below about 18 degrees, salt is ineffective at that point. So they can only lay down sand for traction, but it will not melt the ice and snow. So please, please, please be very careful if you're headed into work this morning.
Chris Reese, thank you very much for keeping an eye on that. We are also keeping an eye on a crash on the interstate outside Portage this morning. Photojournalist Chris Hawbaker out on I-90 right now, giving us a look at the conditions. The crash involved 2 semis. It happened around 3:30 a.m. on I-90. No injuries, but it does still have eastbound lanes closed there at this hour. We're going to keep you updated once those lanes open back up.
Latest on vaccinations now. COVID vaccine supply causing some logistical nightmares for a lot of local healthcare providers. 650 people are working to reschedule their vaccine appointments with Mercy Health in Janesville. The group had to cancel the first round appointments after the state didn't send a single new dose. Mercy Health had been expecting 2,000. State officials say it's likely Mercy Health thought that they'd get the shots since they had asked for them, but the state thinks they likely didn't promise anything, meaning that Mercy Health would have acted preemptively to schedule the appointments.
I know it's been challenging for a number of health systems to have made assumptions about how many vaccines they'll receive and make appointments that they've had to cancel. But this is part of the function of living in a world of scarce resources.
News 3 Now has made multiple efforts to get some sort of clarification from Mercy Health on this as to whether it booked the appointments before it knew exactly how much of the vaccine it would get. The system has declined those requests. The hope is that these supply issues won't last much longer. Dr. Fauci believes it'll be open season by the end of April, meaning more doses will be available and anybody in any category could start getting vaccinated. Picking up the vaccination pace in March and April would certainly make this possible. Fauci has said we have a chance of living a little more normally early fall, assuming that at least 70% of the population in the country is vaccinated by then. Fauci tells Republica he believes vaccines could be authorized for children by September.
Just under 3.5% of Wisconsin's population is fully vaccinated this morning. About 11% of the state has received at least 1 dose. But the supply problem is putting the state on track to administer fewer COVID vaccines this week compared to last. The good news, the number of new COVID cases continues to decline. The 7-day rolling average is still lower than 1,000 this morning.
There are some important deadlines coming up at the end of the day for Wisconsin's spring primary. The deadline to pre-register for Tuesday's election is 5 o'clock this evening. You can do this at your clerk's office. If you can't make it, you can register at your polling place on Election Day still. Today is also the last day to request an absentee ballot if you're indefinitely confined. There is one statewide nonpartisan race on your ballot Tuesday for State Superintendent of Schools. You can get more election information specific to your address at myvote.wi.gov.
Republican state lawmakers are looking back to November's election this morning. A GOP-controlled committee has ordered an audit of Wisconsin's election. It will be done by the nonpartisan Legislative Audit Bureau. It's expected to look at how the state maintains voter rolls and when it allows voters to get their absentee ballots without showing an ID.
6:37 now. Studies show nearly half of black businesses will close during the pandemic. So getting the word out that these businesses are still open is pretty key, important right now. News 3 Now's Taylor Lazenby joins us with a local businesses story that could sure use your support. Hey, Taylor.
Hi, Chris. That's right. Right now, small black businesses are shutting down, but one local business says that they're holding on. Madison City Dollar is a family-owned and operated store serving families right here in our area with affordable items that once weren't possible due to being in a food desert location. I spoke with store manager Clytus Coker, and he told me the motivation behind the store was his passion for helping the community after spending some years behind bars.
Because my past, and I want to show people that if I could do it, that they can do it.
Well, Clytus isn't the only one in his struggle. 40% of Black-owned businesses will close during the pandemic, compared to just 13 of other businesses, according to data by Harvard Business Journal. As one of the few Black-owned businesses right here in Madison, Clytus's goal is to help his community, although he says he hasn't received the support he's hoped for from his peers. Now, to find out more information on Madison City Dollar and how you can support and other Black businesses, head over to our website. That's at channel3000.com.
It was really shocking to see the disparity between some of these numbers.
Yeah.
Something's got to be done about this.
For sure, for sure. And I know a lot of our NAACPs here have all kind of rallied behind and worked to make sure that they can get their voices heard and get that support that they need to keep those businesses going.
All right. Thanks for staying on this beat, Taylor.
Thank you, Chris.
6:39 now. We can't say it enough this morning. Take it slow out there. A live look at the interstate. Our crew's going to be out on the roads all morning, giving you an update on the road conditions. Chris is also tracking the forecast. It's all coming up.
And we're live in the 608 this morning, talking all things flowers ahead of Valentine's Day weekend. Coming up, we'll tell you where you can get your last-minute bouquets. Stay with us.
The President's Day Weekend Appliance Blowout is on now at Furniture and Appliance Mart. Save big on the top brands. Plus, get guaranteed delivery in 5 days or less on in-stock appliances. And no interest financing for 18 months. At Furniture and Appliance Mart, inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline.
What does it mean to fight for what's right? And who decides what's right? Is it right for an insurance adjuster to try to get you to settle for less than you deserve? Is it right to let victims struggle to pay their medical bills? To us, it means helping accident victims get their lives back to normal again. It means doing what's right for you. Habish, and Rotier. We fight for what's right.
If your credit card debt is out of control, if you're in over your head in monthly payments, there's a secret the credit card companies don't want you to know. If you have more than $10,000 in credit card debt, you have the right to let us settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. That's bad news for the credit card companies, but it's great news for you. We're Credit Associates, and we're offering you free information on how to completely resolve your credit card debt with a monthly payment you can afford. To see how much you could save, call now. 1-800-905-1069. Don't declare bankruptcy. Don't consolidate. Give us 10 minutes and we could save you thousands. After all, we depend on your success and offer a guarantee so there's no risk to call. Credit Associates. Live better, debt-free. Find out how easy it is by calling now. For the secret the credit card companies don't want you to know, call Credit Associates now and see how much money you could save for free. Call 1-800-905-1069.
Hey man, what you got there?
Hey, I switched to Spectrum Mobile, got a new phone. It's crazy. No contract, no added taxes, no hidden fees, nothing.
Bet it feels great to not have to hide stuff.
Yeah, I imagine it's pretty liberating.
I'm bald, Dave.
I haven't read any of the books in my house.
I didn't forget about your lawnmower. I broke it.
It's not even mine. I took it from Jake.
He's the worst.
It's better when you don't hide stuff. So Spectrum Mobile has no added taxes, no hidden fees, and no contracts. It's a better way to mobile. Spectrum Mobile.
The President's Day Weekend Blowout is on now at Ashley Home Store. It's the biggest sale of the season. Doorbuster deals up to 50% off. Plus, take bonus discounts off our sale prices and pay as little as $15 a month. No interest financing for 5 years. Ashley Home Store.
On the next Live Before, our news hounds have the top animal stories of the week, and we go behind the screens with Michael Bruno. He checks out Sun Prairie Civic Theater's virtual production, The COVID Cabaret.
2 people in Madison, within 30 seconds of him arriving, were dead.
A fatal shooting that left lingering wounds in our city.
It appears clear the shooting was not justified.
Now, after 6 years, find out why the case of Tony Robinson's death could be reopened. Monday at 10.
You know, it's mid-February already, Leah Lynchai. Do you believe it?
I do not. I was surprised to hear it this morning, Chris Stanford.
I know, Valentine's Day, 2 days away.
That means it's time to start looking for something to give your loved one. Josh Breiter has you covered this morning. In case you forgot, he's live at Rose Cottage Floral in DeForest. What do you got for us, Josh?
Hey guys, good morning. We've got so many options here at Rose Cottage here in DeForest. Now there are 2 locations. We've got owner Romney Pullen joining us this morning. We've made a few different bouquets this morning. So you're here in DeForest at the DeForest Town Center, and you're also Madison too.
Right, at 3010 Atwood Avenue. We've been there since 1993. It's a great neighborhood florist.
So this is your biggest weekend. You got the next 3 days. You plan to what? How many hundreds of bouquets?
650 we're hoping to deliver.
That is a lot.
That's a lot of people.
Over the last few segments, we've made a few bouquets. Talk us through at least through all of them here.
Okay, well, this example was to show you in a beautiful roll pottery vase how to take a bouquet that you buy at the grocery store or the flower shop and just chop and drop it. They're designed to just make one cut and leave them the way they were made so that it looks nice when you get it home. These tulips in this beautiful badger mug, we gridded this with clear tape so that you could take a big opening and put a few flowers in it without spending a lot of money on greens.
And then it holds it too.
This isn't going anywhere. I would feel confident delivering this.
And this was kind of a unique, different color. So these are blueberry?
Right, blueberry. I've never seen them before until Wednesday when I opened the box. But this is showing a unique spin on a dozen roses in another beautiful roll pottery vase. We've used hydrangea as an armitage instead of filling it up with all kinds of foliage, and put a dozen blueberry roses in there. So you can just see something a little less traditional, but a dozen roses all the same.
So you've been around for the last few decades here.
Right, I've actually been a florist since 1966 when I was 6 years old. So this is my passion. This is my life. I don't know anything else. And I've seen a lot of changes in that 50 years.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah. So you've got obviously the beautiful flowers, but you know, you really focus on local, and you've got a lot of other nice items in your store too.
Right, we have chocolates. We've got locally made chocolates. We've got candles from Lake Life, locally made. We've got a beautiful line from Hippie Healer of salves and potions that don't affect any allergies somebody might have. We've got the roll pottery. We've got a beautiful line of gift baskets. We've got Duke Cannon for men. That's a real popular line. And we've got gifts anywhere in here from $8.95 to $189.95. So you don't have to spend a lot of money. We have many choices.
So something for everyone.
Right.
And hey, there's 2 days left. It's not too late, right?
Right, get on in here.
For all those last minuters out there,
right?
We know there will be quite a few. Well, Romney, thanks so much for having us.
And coming in today.
Yeah, you bet. Beautiful arrangements here, guys. Again, it's kind of cool to see some of the different options out there, not just a traditional rose, but even a blueberry one like this right in front of us, guys. There are a lot to choose from, and a great way to spread some love, especially this year coming up this Valentine's Day weekend, guys.
Gorgeous, gorgeous. Did I see some Easter stuff in her store already?
Is there Easter stuff back here?
There it is.
Yes,
right
we
there,
do have
it's
Easter
too
stuff.
early
Right
for
there.
Easter. Come on.
Look at that.
Isn't it?
What's the date again?
Look, Easter's probably like 50 days away.
Easter's right around the corner too, guys.
Yeah.
April 4th.
Hey,
February 12th.
That's a sign of spring, though.
That's true. We'll take it. We'll take
yes,
it.
Yes,
that's good news. Yeah.
Right.
Josh Breiter, thanks for that. We appreciate it.
Yeah, not feeling anything like Easter should be right around the corner.
Woo, no, we don't feel like it. It is cold outside, that is for sure. And a lot of people have messaged me this week saying, Chris, I thought there was such a thing as too cold to snow. Not really. When you really boil down to it, it can snow at almost any temperature. There's just moisture that's a lot less once it's colder. So we're getting snow out of moisture that really doesn't amount to all that much, and it's creating issues on the roads this morning. The light blue that you see on the belt line going up towards Baraboo and the Dells, that's where they've plowed. You still have slippery spots, but the interstates are still snow and ice covered right now. So be mindful of that. Here we are. This is our live visibility of the Edgewater sky camera. You can actually still see that snow that is coming down right now, and at times it comes down quite a bit, but visibility's at 4 miles. Visibility this morning was at 2. It went up to 3. So we've seen the visibility get better as the heaviest of the snow continues to move over towards the east. That's going to be towards the Milwaukee metro as we go throughout the morning. You zoom out, there are pockets of light snow throughout different parts of the country, but what I'm watching is what you see over the high plains right now. That moves in as we head into tonight. So your snow chances are going to go up as you move through the overnight hours and into early Saturday. It'll wind down headed into Saturday afternoon.
out.
All right, thanks, Chris. Stick around. The morning sprint's coming up next.
But first, if you have a little kid turning 3 soon, let us know so we can show their picture on TV. Thanks for waking up with us here on News 3 Now this morning.
Look Who's 3 is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
The President's Day Weekend Mattress Marathon Blowout Sale is happening at Ashley Home Store. Don't miss our biggest mattress sale of the year with the guaranteed best deals in Wisconsin on top brands. Plus, save up to 65% off doorbusters like these. Only at Ashley Home Store.
Golden Cars is having a huge winter sale. Don't miss out on 2017 Ford Escape starting at $11,995 or $185 per month.
That's right. You can buy a 2017 Ford Escape starting at $11,995 or $185 per month.
Golden Cars is family owned and operated for over 50 years.
So just hurry in today and ask for my sister, Crystal the Pistol Gobin.
Or my brother, Donovan Gobin.
You gotta go to Gobin, GobinCars.com.
Stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour. I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of PowerSwabs. When I met Dr. Ginniker and he introduced me to PowerSwabs and I saw how effective they were and how easy they were to use, I knew we had to share it with the world. PowerSwabs was clinically studied to whiten natural teeth as well as stained caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so effective, it works on stains caused by coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking. For those of you who have that one stained tooth that's darker than the rest, PowerSwabs can target that area using swab precision.
I really love the fact that you're able to go individually on each tooth and make sure that it's going to be wider.
So this Valentine's Day, if you have yellowing between your teeth or coffee stains near your gum line, just snap, swab, and smile. And each 5-minute application, you'll see whiter teeth. So stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes or an hour and start using the PowerSwabs 5-minute solution. Just snap, swab, and smile.
After just 7 days, the results were awesome. PowerSwabs was easy to use every day, and each day I could see it better and better, and from beginning to end, it's definitely whiter. They look clean, they feel clean. And people have made comments about it, which is nice.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. So this Valentine's Day, order PowerSwabs and receive up to 40% off the retail price. Get a free PowerSwabs Quick Stick pen with your order. The Quick Stick pen is your on-the-go solution to help prevent stains from adhering to your teeth after drinking coffee, tea, or even after smoking. And in addition to saving up to 40% on your purchase and your free Quick Stick pen, get free shipping by ordering now. Dial the number on your screen or visit PowerSwabs.com today.
The President's Day Weekend Blowout is on now at Ashley Home Store. It's the biggest sale of the season. Doorbuster deals up to 50% off. Plus, take bonus discounts off our sale prices and pay as little as $15 a month. No interest financing for 5 years. Ashley Home Store.
Welcome back. 6:51, time for the morning sprint.
We start with meteorologist Chris Reese and your first warm forecast.
We've been watching the snowflakes fall this morning. A lot of that now mainly east of the Madison Metro, but nonetheless, it is out there. But get this, our tower camera shows you where changes are starting to move in right here at the top of your screen. This is where we're starting to see some breakage in the cloud cover there. Still some light snowflakes still coming down in some spots. The temperature at 1 degree below zero. Snow stops or salt stops working at 18 degrees. So the snow sticks at -1, and they're not really able to clear that with salt. They can only plow and lay down sand. Temperatures below zero everywhere to the west, above zero towards the east where the snow is still coming down. Wind chills are near 20 to 25 below zero in spots, especially out towards the west. That's where we have our wind chill advisories through noon. We'll watch the skies begin to clear with temperatures hanging out in the single digits today.
Thank you very much, Chris Reese. We are keeping an eye on a crash on the interstate outside Portage this morning. Photojournalist Chris Hawbaker out on I-90 at this hour, giving us a live look at the conditions. He's calling them quite slick. The crash involved 2 semis happening around 3:30 a.m. on I-90. No injuries, but it does still have eastbound lanes closed right now. We're going to keep you updated once those lanes open back up.
Former President Trump's defense team will begin its arguments today in the second Senate impeachment trial. House managers serving as prosecutors wrapped up their case yesterday. They believe Trump poses a future threat to democracy if he's acquitted and not barred from running for office again. The defense team isn't expected to use all of its time today, about 4 hours, which means the trial could wrap up tomorrow.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says she's introducing legislation to honor the Capitol Police who protected the Capitol during the deadly insurrection. She wants to award them with the Congressional Gold Medal. Pelosi says their service brings honor to our democracy. The Congressional Gold Medal, by the way, is the highest honor Congress can give.
New this morning, the officers who shoved a 75-year-old protester to the ground, giving him a brain injury, will not face charges. A grand jury has dismissed assault charges against the suspended Buffalo officers. The Washington Post reports the Erie County DA didn't explain the jury's decision-making. The graphic video of the incident quickly went viral in June as Americans protested the killing of George Floyd. A lawyer for the protesters did not respond to a request for comment.
How would you feel if the killer of your son is just able to walk free and make videos in bars and live it up?
Kyle Rittenhouse is not back in jail this morning after a Kenosha County judge declined to issue a new arrest warrant and raise his bail. Prosecutors argue he violated the terms of his bail by not registering his current address with the court. The judge will instead require Rittenhouse to register his address. It will not be public information. The 18-year-old is accused of shooting two protesters in August.
New information coming out about just how serious former President Trump's condition was when he had COVID. The New York Times reports Trump's condition became so concerning in October that there have been talks about putting him on a ventilator.
Until every school is open 5 days.
Trump's physician, Dr. Sean Conley, dodged questions on the condition.
Until every school is open.
And the CDC is going to release its guidelines on the best way to safely reopen more schools. The guidance is expected to outline 5 key strategies: hand washing, masking, social distancing, cleaning, and ventilation, and contact tracing.
Flags will fly at half-staff from sunrise to sunset today. It's to remember a Wisconsin fire inspector who died of COVID-19. David Gerald Tomlinson died in early December after getting COVID while working. He was a volunteer firefighter for more than 30 years and most recently served as the fire inspector at the Poynette Decorah Fire Department.
A new emergency rule in Wisconsin will make it easier for people to apply for unemployment benefits. The DWD says it will continue to waive work search requirements. Officials say the requirement is especially hard to meet during the pandemic when many businesses are still closed.
Just ahead of the season, the DNR is charging one of the state's top sturgeon experts with obstructing an investigation. The DNR says Ryan Koenigs knew that DNR workers had been selling sturgeon eggs to processors in exchange for caviar. If convicted, Koenigs could face a maximum of 9 months in jail and a $10,000 fine.
Today is the Chinese Lunar New Year. It marks the transition between zodiac signs. 2021, the year of the ox. 2020 was the year of the rat. Typically, there's a rush to head to China to celebrate, but experts say travel to that country is down 74%, of course, because of the pandemic. Celebrations can last up to 16 days.
We are seeing the issues in the world of traffic now starting to pop up as our rush hour gets going. The Beltline still has slippery stretches, and it is slow going in some spots on the Beltline. Also, Stoughton Road, we're seeing a lot of the yellow. Take it easy if you're headed out this morning.
All right. Thanks, Chris. Thanks for watching, folks. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow, Monday.